Hello students, welcome to my channel Study Well. We are going to learn the second part of A Letter to God written by G.L. Fuentes. In the first part, we discussed about the poor farmer Lencho and how his crops get ruined by a hailstorm. Lencho was filled with grief and sadness, but he had extreme faith in God. He was sure that God would definitely help him. Let's move on to the chapter. But in the hearts of all who lived in that solitary house in the middle of the valley, there was a single hope, help from God. But in the hearts of all those who lived in the house, there was a single hope, that was help from God. Don't be so upset, even though this seems like a total loss. Remember, no one dies of hunger. That's what they say, no one dies of hunger. Even though Lencho's crops were ruined in the hailstorm, he had tolerance and courage to face the challenges because he had firm faith in God. They consoled themselves as no one dies of hunger. All through the night, Lencho thought only of his one hope, the help of God, whose eyes, as he has been instructed, see everything, even what's deep in one's conscience. All through the night, Lencho thought of one last hope, the help of God. He was sure that God would definitely help him. God's eyes see everything, even what is deep in one's conscience. Here, conscience means an inner sense of right and wrong. Lencho was an ox of a man, working like an animal in the fields. But still he knew how to write. The following Sunday, at daybreak, he began to write a letter which he himself would carry to town and place in the mail. It was nothing less than a letter to God. Lencho was an ox of man, means he was a hard-working farmer who is working like an ox in the fields. Even though he was a farmer, he knew how to write. So the next Sunday, very early in the morning, he began to write a letter to God. And he himself carried it to town and placed it in the letter box. God, he wrote, if you don't help me, my family and I will go hungry this year. I need 100 pesos in order to sow my field again and to live until the crop comes because the hailstorm. In the letter, Lencho requested God to send him 100 pesos so that he could sow his field again till the next crop comes. Here, peso means currency of several Latin American countries. He wrote to God on the envelope, put the letter inside, and still troubled, went to town. At the post office, he placed a stamp on the letter and dropped it into the mailbox. Lencho addressed the letter to God on the envelope. He reached the post office and placed a stamp on the letter and dropped that into the mailbox. One of the employees, who was a postman and also helped at the post office, went to his boss, laughing heartily, and showed him the letter to God. Never in his career as a postman had he known that address. The postman read the address on it and laughed. He went to his boss, that is a postmaster, and showed him the letter addressed to God. He also started laughing. He had never seen such an address. The postmaster, a fat, amiable fellow, also broke out laughing, but almost immediately he turned serious and tapping the letter on his desk, commented, what faith! I wish I had the faith of the man who wrote this letter, starting up a correspondence with God. The postmaster was a fat, friendly, and pleasant fellow. He first laughed, but as he read the letter, he became serious. He was deeply moved by the farmer's faith in God, who started communicating with God. So, in order not to shake the writer's faith in God, the postmaster came up with an idea, answered the letter. But when he opened it, it was evident that to answer it, he needed something more than goodwill, ink, and paper. The postmaster did not want to shake Lencho's faith in God, so he decided to answer the letter in the name of God. But when he opened the letter, it was clear that Lencho needed something more than a letter, that is, he requested for 100 pesos. But he stuck to his resolution. He asked for money from his employees. He himself gave part of his salary, and several friends of his were obliged to give something for an act of charity. The postmaster found a solution for that. He asked for money from the post office employees. He himself gave a part of his salary, and his friends also willing to give money as an act of charity. It was impossible for him to gather together the 100 pesos. So he was able to send the farmer only a little more than the half. He put the money in an envelope addressed to Lencho, and with it a letter containing only a single word as a signature, God. But the postmaster could not collect 100 pesos. He was able to send the farmer only 70 pesos. He put the money in an envelope and addressed to Lencho and signed as God. The following Sunday, Lencho came a bit earlier than usual to ask if there was a letter for him. It was the postman who handed the letter to him, while the postmaster, experiencing the contentment of a man who has performed a good deed, looked on from his office. Next Sunday, Lencho came early in the post office and asked them if there was a letter for him. Then the postman handed the letter to him. At that time, the postmaster experienced a kind of satisfaction as he had performed a good deed by collecting 70 pesos. This shows the postmaster was a kind, generous, helpful, amiable, and God fearing man. Lencho showed not the slightest surprise on seeing the money. Such was his confidence. But he became angry when he counted the money. God could not have made a mistake, nor could he have denied Lencho what he had requested. Lencho was not surprised at seeing the money because his faith in God was so strong. So he believed that God had sent him the money. But when he counted the money, he became angry because he thought that God could not have made a mistake nor deny him what he had requested for. Immediately, Lencho went up to the window to ask for paper and ink. On the public writing table, he started to write. With much wrinkling of his brow, caused by the effort he had to make to express his ideas. When he finished, he went to the window to buy a stamp which he licked and then affixed the envelope with a blow of his fist. Immediately, Lencho asked for paper and ink, and he started writing another letter to God. When he finished, he affixed a stamp on the envelope and put it into the mailbox. The moment the letter fell into the mailbox, the postmaster went to open it. It said, God, of the money that I asked for, only 70 pesos reached me. Send me the rest since I need it very much. But don't send it to me through the mail because the post office employees are a bunch of crooks. Lencho. After Lencho had gone, the postmaster read the letter. In the letter, Lencho had complained to God that he had requested 100 pesos, but he had received only 70 pesos. He requested God to send him the rest of the money, but he asked God not to send the money through mail. He wrote that the post office employees were a bunch of crooks who might have stolen the money. Here, bunch of crooks means dishonest persons. Conclusion of the lesson. From this lesson, we learned that faith in God has the power to move mountains and satisfy our needs. We should thank God for whatever we have. Let's discuss the important word meanings. Solitary, lonely, mailbox, postbox, boss, officer, conscience, moral sense of right and wrong, troubled, destroyed. Correspondence, communication through letter, evident, clear. Peso, currency of several Latin American countries. Amiable, friendly and pleasant. Contentment, satisfaction. Let's discuss the question answers. Number 1. Who or what did Lencho had faith in? What did he do? Answer. Lencho had full faith in God. Lencho wrote a letter to God requesting him to send 100 pesos to sow his field again. Question number 2. Who read the letter? The postmaster read the letter. Question number 3. What did the postmaster do then? The postmaster was astonished at the faith of Lencho had in God. He thought of helping Lencho in order to shake the writer's faith in God. He asked for money from his employees and he himself gave a part of his salary. Thus, he managed to collect 70 pesos and send the money along with the letter to Lencho. Question number 4. Was Lencho surprised to find a letter for him with money in it? Lencho was not at all surprised to see the money in the letter as he was fully confident about receiving God's help. Question number 5. What made him angry? Lencho had deep faith in God and hence wrote a letter to God asking for 100 pesos. But when he received 70 pesos instead of 100, he was angry. He wrote another letter to God asking him to send the rest of the money, but not through the post office as he thought of the post office employees as a bunch of crooks. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe my channel so that whenever I upload a video, you can watch it. Don't forget to share your valuable comments. I will be uploading more videos related to chapters, poems and grammar.